How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode of JM Journey, and in today's video I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update on college. So freshman year has actually been a really good experience so far. I've really been trying to make the most of it. Right now I'm in the final stretch of the semester and I may be able to clinch that 4.0, but we'll have to see. Thanksgiving break is a nice little breather until I start hitting finals, and I'm definitely nervous for that, having never been through college finals before, and I've heard they're extremely rough. So right now for classes, I'm taking Calculus 2, General Chemistry 1 and a lab for that, an Intro to Research course, which was just kind of a little course that I picked up to help me gain research, and then I also have Advanced Physics 1 and a lab for that as well. And to be honest, the only class I'm really having trouble with right now is Advanced Physics 1, and that's because I actually have to read a textbook, and I'm not trying to read the textbook. I've never had to do that in high school, and it's definitely something new. It's hard because I don't really have the attention span for it. I feel like you have to have a really good attention span to read a textbook, but I guess it is what it is. The other class I would say I'm actually having trouble with, just kind of comes to mind now, is the Physics 1 lab. And the only reason why that is because, like, and it's not really so much trouble as it is like anxiety, I guess, getting the best of me. But my lab TA has got through like 5 labs, and we're on like lab 10 right now. General Chemistry 1 and the lab for that really aren't too hard. I mean, you just gotta stay on top of it, look online every once in a while. Lastly, Calculus 2 is kind of weird. I'm not really sure how to like rate that for anybody else. I mean, I personally have 107% in Calculus 2. The reason why I do is because like my TA, he offers like extra credit. So if I do my homework assignments 4 days early, then I get 110% if I get everything right. And like he offers extra credit on the test. So like my first test that we took, I got 120%. The reason why I feel weird about this is because the class average is actually only a 61 in Calc 2, which is nuts. And our test averages are around like a 45 to 55. I mean, mine are like, I think my test average is like a 100 something right now. But I mean, like the actual test average in the class is like a 45 and a 55, and that's with me pulling them up. Not to sound cocky or anything, but like that's it's just nuts. And the reason why I think the class average is actually so low is because like I took Calc 1 in high school. I think most kids take Calc 1 in college in the fall, and then Calc 2 is kind of meant to be that spring course. Well, what I think you could see is that a lot of sophomores that would like fail Calc 2 and need it for their major, if they fail it in the spring, they'd probably take it again in the fall. And my hypothesis, I guess, is that I have a lot of sophomores in the class that actually failed it in the spring and are still doing pretty terribly in the fall, which kind of sucks. I mean, you're just wasting like a year on one class. But I mean, like I said, just keep looking over things, stay on top of like all the material that you're learning. So I really don't think it's as hard as people make it out to be. And if any of you guys are in Calc 2 right now and like struggling to find resources, I watch Professor Leonard on YouTube. He's extremely good at teaching, like probably one of the best teachers I've ever like seen in my life. And he just goes over things so much in depth. Yeah, the videos are a little bit long, and if you understand the concept, I think you're fine. I mean, he just kind of goes over the concept for about 20 minutes and then does his actual examples for the rest of his class sessions. So definitely a very good resource, and you should check it out. I might put a link to his channel in the description down below. So that's all I have for classes, but I'd like to talk to you guys about how I actually got started with research and how I got started with it so quickly. I got started with research within the first 4 weeks of actually being at college, which is pretty insane and rather unheard of. So my first goal at campus was actually to expand my network as much as possible. I mean, I was having meetings pretty much every day. I was always just putting myself out there, and it was received pretty well too. I mean, people gave me information like, okay, go here, okay, I'll connect you with this person. And that's actually what happened with physics, was that I talked with a professor in physics, and he was like, okay, I want you to talk to these 2 professors because they're in your concentration. And my concentration is astronomy and astrophysics. So he connected me with the 2 professors that do it at this university. And I actually ended up talking to both of them, got offers from both of them for research, and I actually ended up going with dark matter research, which was not as much in my like concentration, I guess. The other was like exoplanets. And the reason why I didn't go with exoplanets was actually because I didn't really have as good of a role. I was going to be kind of like the lackey that just runs data through the computer for everybody else, and I didn't really see myself enjoying that as much as having my own solo project on dark matter research, which is actually what I do now, which is nuts because I'm a freshman, and of course that's being looked over by the professor that's like kind of like my research advisor, I guess you could say, who he runs the lab and whatnot. But it's still a really cool thing for me to be doing as a freshman, and I was definitely quick to hop on that opportunity. So that's how I ended up getting research in 4 weeks at a university. One thing I will say though about research, just like a forewarning, is that when people say that you can work like 30 to 40 hours in a lab in a week and get nothing done, no, they're being completely like honest. Like I've had that happen multiple weeks in a row. It just feels like every week, I put in so much time and I barely get anything accomplished. And it can definitely be frustrating to find yourself like not where you want to be. Like for instance, I mean, I'll put in 25 hours and just get nothing done, and it's a real bummer, but it's all part of the research and you just gotta power through it. I mean, I have a lot riding on this, so I get a little too anxious sometimes, but patience is really the name of the game. Anyways, that's about it for this video. For anybody interested in research, I encourage you to just knock down doors. Talk to professor after professor. Try to find somebody that's in your concentration and just make it happen. It really isn't that hard to get research. You just really got to put yourself out there. For the next video on college, I'd really like to tell you guys about the amazing opportunity that I may have this summer. That's why I have a lot riding on my research right now, and I'm really trying to get anything, just a paper, something, because if I do well on my research, then this dream opportunity could become a reality. But anyways, if you guys like this video, be sure to subscribe for more content. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.